February 1959. Deep within the frozen Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union, 9 experienced hikers vanished into the snow. What rescuers would later discover became one of the most terrifying mysteries in modern history. A tent ripped open from the inside, bodies scattered across the mountain, strange injuries no one could explain, and a final Soviet report that blamed an unknown compelling force. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass mystery. In January of 1959, 10 young adventurers set out on an expedition through one of the harshest environments on Earth. Their leader was 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced hiker respected for his calm leadership and survival skills. The group wasn't made of amateurs. These were elite Soviet hikers trained to survive brutal winter conditions. Their mission? Reach the remote mountain known as Otorten. But before the group entered the deadliest part of the journey, one member became sick and turned back. His name was Yuri Yudin. He would become the only survivor. On the night of February 1st, the hikers pitched their tent on the slope of a mountain called Holat Syakhl, known by locals as Dead Mountain. That night, something happened inside that tent, something so terrifying that the hikers cut their way out from the inside and ran into the frozen darkness, barefoot, without coats, without supplies, into temperatures colder than minus 30 degrees Celsius. And they never returned. Weeks passed before rescue teams finally located the campsite. What they found made no sense. The tent was still standing. Food remained untouched inside. Boots and winter clothing were abandoned. It looked as if the hikers had fled in absolute panic. Then, the bodies began to appear. The first 2 bodies were found beneath a giant pine tree near the remains of a small fire. They were nearly naked, frozen to death. Branches high above them were broken, suggesting someone had climbed the tree, desperately trying to see back toward the camp. Then, 3 more bodies were discovered between the forest and the tent, as if they had tried to crawl back to safety before collapsing in the snow. But the final discovery was the most horrifying of all. Months later, 4 hikers were found buried beneath deep snow inside a ravine, and their injuries shocked investigators. Crushed ribs, broken skulls, massive internal trauma. Yet strangely, almost no external wounds. One victim was missing her tongue. Others were missing eyes. It was unlike anything investigators had ever seen. Almost immediately, theories exploded across the Soviet Union. Was it an avalanche? A secret military experiment? Some witnesses reported strange glowing orange lights in the sky that night. Others believed the hikers encountered parachute mines or classified Soviet weapons tests. Then came even stranger theories. UFOs, creatures in the mountains, paranormal forces. The mystery only deepened when investigators discovered traces of radiation on some of the hikers' clothing. And then, the Soviet government sealed parts of the case for decades. Today, most researchers believe the group was struck by a sudden slab avalanche or dangerous snow collapse. The hikers may have feared the mountain would bury them alive. In panic, they escaped the tent immediately. But once outside, darkness, hurricane-force winds, and freezing temperatures disoriented the group completely. Some tried to start a fire. Some attempted to return to the tent. Others sought shelter in a ravine. One by one, the mountain consumed them. Many experts now believe the horrifying injuries were caused by immense snow pressure or falls into the ravine. And the missing eyes and tongue? Likely the result of natural decomposition after months beneath snow and running water. But even today, not every question has been answered. More than 60 years later, the Ottloff Pass remains one of history's greatest mysteries. 9 young hikers entered the frozen wilderness. Only silence returned. And somewhere high in the Ural Mountains, the wind still blows across Dead Mountain, as if the mountain itself remembers what happened that night. Would you have stayed in the tent or run into the darkness? If you like the video, subscribe for more true mysterious crimes and untold